Ooh, grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm is where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh, on the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, welcome aboard to the Swivel at the Sports Bar. Our Payne here. Another episode 9 of the second season. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. So we're gonna just dive right in because you know it's football season and we got a long 2 weeks to wait for the Super Bowl, but well, more like a week now. And I got some questions on who's gonna watch football this weekend. Anyway, copyright disclaimer for all the material I'm gonna use during this live. So fair use, fair use, fair use. All right, football. What do we have? Oh, last week, just do a little recap. Of course, the Commanders game was a blowout, so I was disappointed. I wanted to see a closer game, but the Eagles are hell-bent on getting back to the Super Bowl. This will be Jalen Hurts' second Super Bowl against the mighty Chiefs. So that's going to be interesting because it's going to be real interesting because a lot of people think the Eagles are going to win this game. I'm not so sure that that's true. You got to beat the king, So, but they have Saquon Barkley this time, so. And he's been proven to be a big deal. And I'm not so sure Kansas City's run defense is that great. So, maybe Barkley might run all over them. That could be their Achilles heel for Kansas City, but we'll see. Patrick Mahomes, when it's big games, he's a big player. So it's not going to be that easy. And the Chiefs and the Bills, that was a very good game. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is setting himself up to be like the Michael Jordan of football. Hey, Coach Ferg, how you doing?
What's up,
here, what's happening, man? I was just talking about the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm making a comparison between. It's a little early yet, but it's a good comparison already. That Patrick Mahomes is like Jordan was to the rest of those Hall of Famers who never got a ring. Right, right now, Patrick Mahomes is holding a ring back from Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and the boy from Cincinnati, Joe Burrow. Because all of those guys could be real quality quarterbacks, even Hall of Famers, but they still got to get through. They got to get through my man Patrick, and he's around the same age. He ain't that older than them. What do you think? Can you hear me? If you're talking to mute.
I mean, you're right, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's they got to beat him, and right now they haven't proven that they could do it. So who you know we'll talk a little bit more about the football, but I just wanted to go recap last week. Unfortunately, the Commanders game wasn't that good, but we're in for we got 2 weeks to wait, man. I can't stand the break. All right, congratulations, Lamar Jackson won his 3rd MVP. What you think about that? You think he's happy about that?
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson won his 3rd MVP.
No, I think he's.
Your mic is breaking up a little bit.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I think he's happy. Internally, it's a great accolade amongst the peers. I think he's happy with that. But like most elite players, their ultimate goal is the championship.
Right.
So I can understand him, and it's not his first one. It's like his 3rd one. So I can understand him not being so hoorah about it now that you lost in a divisional round. You still didn't go to the AFC Championship. So, I'm surprised he won it. I am. I thought Josh Allen would win it. But Lamar's numbers were greatly improved. But he also had a running game to enhance it. Josh Allen just had, they sort of making him the highlight of the team to me. So, yeah, salute to Lamar, man, but
again, man, it's a big but. The truth of the matter is he's turning out to be the greatest quarterback in the regular season. But how long did it take Peyton Manning to win his first one? It had to be like 7 or 8 seasons, right? Peyton Manning didn't win his first one. Yeah, man, your mic is.
I'm trying to get it together, see what's going on with my stuff.
Are you on the road?
No, I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get to my computer.
If you're moving, that might be it. But anyway, so Peyton Manning, it took him a while to get his first Super Bowl. I forgot what year it was. It wasn't until he got Tony Dungy. All right, man. So listen, Skip Bayless was there's a Skip Bayless take, right? With Saquon Barkley. And I want people to hear what he had to say because this shit didn't age well. It did not age well. My man, he always got some stupid shit to say, but I want to play it. Skip was tripping me out.
Doesn't scare me one bit as a Cowboy fan. I think you see the highlights and you don't see the many lowlights. I think he has been dramatically overrated in large part because he played in the Big Apple of everybody's eye in New York City, and people kept waiting and waiting and waiting for him to take off, and nothing happened. While Saquon is a huge name, the numbers don't suggest that he's that level of player anymore. And he concludes the difference between Barkley at this stage of his career and an average starter is small. He can't establish the run. He can't move those chains. He is not the kind of player that is so transcendent that he can take over football games for you because that's not the way he's built.
That shit didn't age well at all. You know what I'm saying? You sit down there and saying, my man, he's a scrub, essentially. It's a Skip Bayless is crazy, man. I tell you, man. Well, I didn't know Saquon was going to turn out to be as good as he is, man. It seemed like he's almost unstoppable right now. It's on a mission. But Skip, all right. So we have the conference championship wrap up, but there's a couple of guys who want to talk about Jalen Hurts. So I want to keep sharing it. So you still having some mic trouble over here?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I know I hear some feedback. That's all right. Keep going, man. Some feedback on there.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean,
No,
Saquon, hey man, he deserves to get all the accolades he get. Him and Derrick Henry, because they was trying to write the running back off, and you see that just these two alone in 1 year has sort of raised the bar for running backs, but also increased that pay again. So
yes. Well, we'll see. Let's see. Well, we're gonna look at a little recap of the last the two quarterbacks going into the
feature. It is time for D's Notes. And you're going to be very happy, Dominique, because today we only have two of them.
All right.
We have two notes. Let's start one for each of the Super Bowl teams.
We have two notes.
The Eagles in these playoffs have 10 takeaways on defense and 0 turnovers on offense. It is the most takeaways without a turnover by any team entering the Super Bowl in Super Bowl history. In addition,
you know what? Nobody ever pays attention to that, but that's a big deal. That's a big deal. No turnovers.
No Super Bowl winning team has ever gone an entire postseason without a turnover on offense.
Really?
Oh.
You saying they do?
I'm saying it's never happened before.
Noted.
That's these notes. Well, this has been, it goes back to the conversation that we were having before about Jalen Hurts, and they got a little more aggressive in the passing game to the point you made earlier this past weekend, but generally Jeff, you should rejoice in this statistic because the safest thing you can do is hand the ball to Saquon Barkley.
Risk reward. It's a low risk, high reward offense that the Eagles run, and they will continue to do it. And when you think about how
maybe Saquon Barkley won't be the MVP of this Super Bowl, going back to the 2019 season when they started winning Super Bowls in this run, Kansas City has played 18 playoff games and allowed 0 100-yard rushers. The last time they allowed a 100-yard rusher in the playoffs was the 2018 AFC Championship game to Sony Michel. By the way, they lost that game. Is Saquon going to run for 100 yards a week from Sunday?
I don't think he is.
Really?
I don't think he's going to hit 100. I think that they are going to, Spags is going to make a point to take him out of the game because, it's easier said than done, absolutely. But at the same time, you're going to give Jalen the opportunity to get out of that straitjacket. Like, we want to see you line up and just throw it all over the yard because another big difference between the Commanders and the Chiefs are their defensive backs.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, can you hear me, Coach? Yeah, you still.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, man. So listen, do you think they're gonna hold Saquon under 100? Yeah, you got a lot of people.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But the Philly's going to have a balanced attack. If they try to pass heavy like Kansas City, then he'll be held back. But they have to be consistent with the run. You have to run it. He has to touch the ball at least 20 times for Philadelphia to win.
Well, you know what? He's making he's getting a lot of yards per carry, so 20 might be enough. So I'm just saying those are the two things that Philly doesn't have any turnovers yet, and they think Kansas City. I don't think Kansas City is going to hold them under 100 yards either, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll lose the game. But if he has 200 yards, if he gets 150 yards, Philly's going to win the championship. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see. All right. What's next?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. If he gets 150 or more, I see Philly winning.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Let's hope.
Kansas City has more weapons in the passing game, which gives them the advantage that most teams don't have. Because think about it, Kansas City has Pro Bowl receivers playing second fiddle.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, listen, man. All I know is this is the second go around. How close was the first one? I know Kansas. I mean, it was kind of close before the last quarter or so.
Yeah, it was kind of close.
Yeah, so it wasn't a blowout, man. And Jalen Hurts was closer to a rookie, right? I mean, he's a seasoned vet now. And,
yeah, it was like his second year in the league.
Like that, second, third year. So I think we're in for a good Super Bowl, man. That's what I'm looking forward to that. You know, you got a lot of echo on that mic. So early predictions, man. Who you think? Early predictions. I know we could change it, but right now, early predictions. If you had to choose, who you got?
If I was going to choose based off as far as playing strong, as far as to be consistent, I would go with Philadelphia. To me, it's going to come down to Philadelphia's coach because he's shown some immaturity before, and it's going to come down to him. Andy Reid is going to be consistent in what he does. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's been around for years, so he's not going to get overly excited. He's not going to get away from his play calling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So today I would say Philly, but again, you haven't seen Kansas City at its best all year.
Oh, that's true.
And with the fact that they have the veterans like that and the weapons, man, it's gonna be. I say if Philly wins, it's under 7. If Kansas City wins, it's 10 or more.
All right. Well, it's
right
early.
now. I ain't picking a favorite there now.
It's early. It's early. We got some time to see what's going on there. Get some more thought process to it. But I right now I'm going with KC, man. I just got to. For no other reason than Patrick and KC. College football is fun. We're happy about that. People like the 12. I think people, the book is in. People like the 12-game playoff, 12-team playoff.
Yeah, I like that too. I think that they should continue that for sure. I like the 12-team playoff.
Yeah, people do like it. Hey, listen. Okay, we're at basketball now. Jimmy Butler is suspended indefinitely. Now, listen. I'm gonna make a real wild correlation. I don't think he started going until he started wearing his hair crazy and coloring his fingernails and his hair and shit like that, and turning into this like metrosexual. You know, I'm not saying he's on the other side, but until he started doing this wild shit, like he's painting his hair green and pink and all that shit. I think something else is going on with the brother.
Hey man, listen. It could listen. Okay. I think he's the last. What's this? This is his 4th team, right?
Yeah.
From Chicago to where do you go? Chicago to Philadelphia, or I think he went Chicago to Philly, then Minnesota.
Did you spend any time in Milwaukee? Well, I'm not sure.
No time. It was Chicago, Philly, then Minnesota, now Miami.
All right.
I think he's he sort of gives me the behavior of Dennis Rodman,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I think it's more to him emotionally that's not being revealed because I think he's telling us something without saying it out loud to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. There's something going on. He's blowing a $40 million bag.
Yeah.
I don't care how rich you are. He's suspended without pay. Hey, Frank, man, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing?
All right.
What's
All
up,
right.
man?
Yeah, I'm glad it's you, man, because I should have checked, man. I see this like no avatar, you know. You could have came up and burned me. Anyway, man, what's going on, man? Did you hear? Let me ask you a question. You're in the basketball too, right? What do you think about Jimmy Butler blowing the bag?
Um, man, I mean, Jimmy has done this plenty of times.
Not
He's
like
done.
this, though.
He done this. I mean, he done it. I'm just saying. Of course, I mean, because well, when you say, I mean, he probably signed a few different contracts, but every contract, every team, just about that he's been on,
It's been
you
a
know,
bad separation.
yeah, yeah, he's. I think except for one. But yeah, he just the 76ers. That was the only one that wasn't a bad one. But yeah, the rest of them, he was like, y'all not trying to win, like y'all not trying to do nothing better, like get me up out of here. And he just done whatever he had to do to get off the team, man. So I mean, they
Well,
in the NBA, their contracts are fully guaranteed, so
yeah,
he gonna
no,
get his
not
money.
when you suspended.
Yeah, but he gonna end up getting his money.
No, 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 that's not true. I mean, Coach, you might have to put the thing on mute for a second. Yeah, not you, Frank, Coach, because he's got a backup. He's not going to get that. Pat Riley's not going to pay him no back pay. He's suspended without pay.
No, no, I don't mean back pay. I'm saying like for I mean he's not losing the whole 40 million is what I'm saying. So he's gonna like he gonna take that hit now, but he gonna be like it's gonna be whatever because it's gonna get me up out of here. Like so it's
Yeah,
not like
no,
he's losing the
okay.
whole 40 million. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
listen, well, he's supposed to be. Well, let me put it to you this way, and I think we'll come back to it. It's right here, but what he's doing is going to destroy his trade value, right? I mean, he has when you go out on a good note, right, you have high trade value. Going out like
But
the way he's going out, he's going to destroy a lot of his trade value. Go ahead, Coach.
I don't think it's going to destroy his trade value because at some point they're going to pull the trigger. I look for something to really take place within this few weeks when the All Star break because Miami they can't afford to have the one of the leading scorers on the team not be available and they get nothing in return. I just think that his future contracts, he may not get the max. He may just get, 100 million instead of 160 million.
You might just get 100 million.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is for him, because his prime he's past his prime, but he still can get you 20, 25 any night.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
But
no
the way
doubt.
he's going about it with the brass of all NBA teams are looking at this. Everybody's looking at this.
That's what I'm
Pat
saying.
Riley, but Pat Riley, let's be honest, he's playing bully ball. He's playing bully ball. And nobody could do this except Pat Riley. He's the only one. Him and Popovich would be the only ones that could pull this off. Could know if this was in Boston and this was Jalen, Jason Tatum, they'd have got rid of the coach. It's only a few coaches that can pull this type of stuff off. Because if you notice, it has nothing to do with Spoelstra. He's nowhere involved in it.
Yeah,
You don't hear anything from the players. So Pat Riley's one of the very few. I just think that it reminds me of LeBron. When you let me go and don't offer me when you don't give me a contract, that says it all to me. You don't not offer the best player. I would have came with something, man. When you take 130, you don't say, man, you have to do that.
Yeah, but hold on for a second, though, Coach. I mean, the guy's up for $50 million next year.
Give it to him.
Yeah,
Give
but
him an
yeah,
extension.
I was about to say though, I was about to say Jimmy Butler is worth it though. Number one, he's not like a scoring superstar, but he's a superstar in the NBA, and he's an all defensive player. He's the leader of your team. All the guys all the guys on that Miami team pretty much got their mentality from him. So it's like, yeah, you got, and the other teams in the NBA right now are clamoring to see what they're gonna do with him, because they know what a happy Jimmy Butler
Well, clearly, you guys have more faith in Jimmy Butler than I do.
Yeah, but I'm think about it. Think about it. Miami, right? Miami, just in the last 3 to 5 years, they didn't really have a superstar, but they went to the final. They went to the finals with Jimmy Butler sort of leading them to that space. Jimmy Butler was, and here's the thing. This is what I don't like about what I see. See, Pat Riley went to Kentucky. He stated, "I'm going to build a team around Bam and Hero." Where did they go to school?
Okay.
They went to Kentucky. So it's favoritism. They know what they're doing. He just spoke up against it. You should have, if he wanted an extension, okay, I would have said, okay, wait till the end of the season. Okay, boom. I would have came in this year sitting down at the table like, look, how can we make this thing work? If not, just like when they suspended Udoka, but they, you know what I'm saying? Where you want to go? This is what we want for you. If you want to leave, this is what we want for you. You find a team to give us that, then we good. We'll trade you. Get rid of them.
I hear you. I do. I just say, listen, let's move along. But I'm just saying, I think it's the hair and the fingernails. He's going crazy with the paint. He's smelling some of the shit. Maybe the chemicals are getting to his brain. Anyway, this is just the conference standings. Like I said, the Thunder Thunder lost another game here, but I mean, Cleveland's really trying to stay under 10 losses, but I don't think they're going to make it. But we'll see. They're playing hard, man. They're playing really hard. No WNBA. And you know what? Has anybody seen any of these Unrivaled games? You know, the 3-on-3 NBA, the WNBA girls.
I watched it.
You did?
Yeah, I watched the game.
I haven't watched. Give me a rundown. What game did you watch?
Man, it's like they're playing full court, 3-on-3.
They're playing full court 3-on-3?
Yes. I thought it was gonna be make them take it half court. I see them running down. I'm like, why they running down? I don't know if the court is shorter, but yeah, man, this is
I gotta watch it. I mean, man, shit, man, they gotta be exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, this I don't know. It might be. I don't think it's a full court.
Oh, it's a small court.
Maybe I was half asleep, but I just didn't understand that part of it. You know, so.
But look, I'm looking at the scores, man. It's some pretty heavy scoring.
Yeah, you got professionals. They can shoot that rock. You know, they gonna put up some shots and hit threes and all that. They gonna do all that.
Oh man, shit, man! I gotta catch a game, man. I like I said, they got big network. You know, the next game's on Friday on TNT. I might have to try to catch one or two. Here's the standings here. You know, I don't know what's the crowd look like.
Man, it's like me and you and Frank over chilling in the stands.
We were passing each other. That's funny.
I think where they do a disservice at some of these game sometime, even football, major sports events. Like, say,
Okay.
you know, everybody has a ticket. This is just being in my head sometimes. Everybody has a ticket, but not everybody shows up, right? And say
Right.
you have games where you're looking at first level and it's a lot of empty seats. I believe it would be beneficial sometime to say, hey, we're going to have random drawings for seats. And when we
Okay.
start calling out these numbers at halftime, come down to the lower level and get that experience at the lower level. The seats are empty, and I would just bring people down, give them a chance to get that experience, man. And that's, to me, that would make me next year, man, I'm gonna get me a season ticket right here at this lower level because I like
Right.
this. But that's just me. That's just me. Giving back to the fans is what I'm saying.
All right. So this, you know what? I did forget about looking at a few highlights, man. I got it since I don't watch. I still got to get into my NBA highlights.
12 games on
NBA
this
games.
Monday evening. You know what that means.
Top
Top 10
10,
NBA.com. Let's
man.
get it. Number 10, Darius Garland driving the lane. No look to Jared Allen in the paint, giving him sight beyond sight to find him for the deuce. Let's go to 9. Daniel Gafford getting it done on both ends of the court. Rejection of Valanciunas on one side, keeping his head up, running the break. Dinwiddie finds him, alley-oop, layup on the other end. His defense turning into offense. The rejection on one side, the acceptance on the other. At number 9, let's go to 8 on the fast break. Christie, alley-oop, AD. Bron setting it off. AD with the finisher. A little Showtime action in the Queen City. Let's head to MSG, number 7, OG, off the steal, leading the break, feeds Precious. He got that one. Achua, fast break, poster jam, got the Garden rocking. This will be the last poster you see from MSG on the top 10. Number 6, Norman Powell on the fast break, pulls up for 3. He misses. Clean up in the desert. Derrick Jones Jr., slam dunk champion, sending it down. There ain't no bungee cord on that, man. Those are just hops. Let's go to number 5, back in the Garden. Tyler Kolek, Deuce McBride, big poster jam over J Huff. Get the picture, Kodak, man. Deuce McBride getting live at number 5. Boston for number 4, pick and roll action. Jalen Brown showing off the handle. Cornet roll. Cornet two-handed jam over Amen Thompson. This won't be the last one from Boston. Let's go to number 3, tie game. 35 seconds to go. Raise the elevator, Kel'el Ware. Alley-oop poster all over Jonathan Isaac. Gorgeous feed, monster dunk. Number 2, give and go. Don't jump! Shoulda listened. Giannis, the dunk over Micah Potter. Giannis, flex on him. Let him know you on the top 10. And at number 1, tie game, Amen Thompson, the fade in the paint. Game winning shot to take down the defending champs. The young Rockets and Thompson get the last laugh as he hits the highlight of the night on the NBA.com top 10.
He did a Jordan push off. Anyway, man, what do we got next? Baseball, nothing happening. Anything on the baseball front? I ain't watching. All right, Big 3 still closed down. Where we at? I am getting to, all right, Madison Keys. Did I have anything before that? She won you watch any of the tennis this time? Anybody watch any tennis? Before I get to the tennis, let me go to this, the greatest Pee-wee play ever. Right? So if you guys are watching, oh yeah, my man Frank dropped off. Okay. Oh no, Coach Ferg dropped off. What's up, Frank? You know, oh yeah, I can't hear you if you're talking. Greatest. Let me see this play. I can find it. Where's the play at? Where's my play? Is that it? Nope. Here it is. Here's the play. Here's the play. That's a serious play right there. One more time. The little kid come up behind him, snatch the ball, take it the other way, all the way. The little kids, man, play some football. Anyway, man, Frank, you still there? Because I can't hear you if you're talking. I see you there, but I don't. Your mic is on. But I don't hear you. Anyway, let's keep going. All right, he's going too. All right. Anyway, let's continue with the show. All right. What's next? Madison Keys, my girl. I watch a lot of the tennis. I miss it. Australian Open, man, the best matches. I'm like still sleepy. You got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to check it out. But you know, Madison Keys, she's been around for a while. She finally won one, and I think that's a good thing. I do like to play a little highlights of tennis, but she won a pretty good match against Sablenka, who is a pretty good tennis player as well. So congratulations to Madison Keys. You know, I had to give her an honorable mention. And here's one. Too bad the guys left because I wanted to talk to them about this one. All right, Frank, Coach, you back. Okay, I see you. Yeah, Coach. This next one I want to talk to you about, man. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah. Coach, can you hear? If you're talking, I can't hear you. So, you're muted, I believe. Yeah. So, anyway, this one I wanted to talk about because Jason Whitlock. Nobody likes Jason Whitlock, but he has a take comparing Lamar Jackson to Jalen Hurts. You know, and he said something. You know what? I don't know if I agree with it, but it'd be nice to talk to somebody about this. So, Coach, I see you're off mute. You can hear me, right?
Yeah. I had to step
All right,
away.
man. That's much better. Whatever you do with your mic sounds better. All right. I want to play this little bit of Jason Whitlock. Just bear with me for a second. I gotta share it. Jason is crazy. All right. And let me know if you like his take on this.
Studio, Jason Whitlock here. Got a great take for you on Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. I don't know if you saw this, but FanDuel posted on X a pretty amazing graphic about Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. It was a comparison of them in 5 different categories. And holy cow, Jalen Hurts comes out on top in these 5 different categories. Let me explain. Number of wins, 46 for Jalen Hurts, 45 for Lamar Jackson. Passing yards per game, 190.5, 174.4 for Lamar Jackson. Total touchdowns, 140 for Jalen Hurts, 125 for Lamar Jackson. Both have 2 Pro Bowl selections. One, Jalen Hurts, has played in 2 conference title games. Headed to his 2nd Super Bowl, Jalen Hurts. Isn't this amazing? And it made me think, well, hold on. Are we underrating Jalen Hurts because he's in no one's top 5 quarterback rankings? Or are we overrating Lamar Jackson, who may be on the verge of winning his 3rd MVP trophy? Makes you wonder. Here's the other layer to my argument. Is Lamar Jackson being overvalued because he comes off more, as Ryan Clark would say, authentically black. I would say Lamar Jackson, who I like, and I'm not saying this as a criticism. What Ryan Clark really means is Lamar Jackson comes off more authentically ghetto. His dialect, his way of speaking is more authentically ghetto. The tats, the cornrows, the hair, more authentically ghetto. Jalen Hurts comes off really polished, really like a stereotypical leader. Perhaps, because keep in mind, Ryan Clark has basically been arguing that because Lamar Jackson comes off authentically himself or authentically black or more of a representation of black culture, he's being punished. What if he's being rewarded because of that? Maybe we think Lamar Jackson is likely better than Jalen Hurts because he comes off more ghetto. Perhaps there's a privilege and a value to coming off ghetto as opposed to coming off polished as a black person. Perhaps the polished black person, perhaps Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, perhaps they're undervalued because there's a segment of the population or the people pulling the puppet strings. They want a more ghetto representation of blackness than a polished representation of blackness.
All right, so we heard enough. What do you think about that? I mean, what do you think about that take?
I mean, just based off the number comparison, it make you, raise an eyebrow like, maybe so. I think as far as the comparison based off their upbringing, I don't think that really plays a factor. When you look at Lamar when he runs and when he's doing all that, it's more of a highlight style. It's like oohs and ah. Jalen has nothing fancy about his game.
Right.
He's going to play within the system. He's not going to, get too creative. When he runs, it's a design run.
Right.
His touchdowns, for the most part, are 1 or 2 yards. But
when they do that butt thing, whatever they call it, the butt buggy.
Yeah,
whatever.
When it's like a pile on, really.
Pile driver or some shit like that.
But it's something. It's something to look out for.
This is I don't it is something to look at, but the only reason why I even gave it any credence, right, is because it does seem like, as great as we know Lamar Jackson is, it's like, he won't arrive unless he won a Super Bowl. Unless he wins a Super Bowl. And I don't think that's the same measure for example, like a Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Right, because Phillip Rivers is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure.
He never played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. But it goes back from Dan Marino.
Well, Dan Marino got there his first year and then never went back.
Yeah, see, Fran Tarkenton, Archie Manning, those guys,
Yes, there you go. But it's going to weigh heavy because every time Lamar, when you mention his name, and he's still young, so he's got a lot of years. As long as he stays healthy and as long as the team stays together intact. But if he never wins one, he could have 5 MVPs. But it's always going to be that but. Always. Yeah, but he didn't, but he didn't do this. But he doesn't ever win a championship, even a conference championship. So he's got to get to the Super Bowl. And winning it will be the next thing. But it was an interesting take. A lot of people don't like Jason Whitlock, but I listen to him from time to time. He's he's crazy. Anyway, what's next? They said, well, we coming down to that home stretch, brother. Yeah, that's my questions, right? The first one we already answered. We talked about it, about Lamar and Jalen Hurt, Jalen Hurt. The second one, are you going to watch any of the football this weekend? Because I know they don't play a standard Pro Bowl, but they're going to have some BS contests, right? They're going to have like football, and they don't go to
Flag
Hawaii
football.
anymore.
They do flag football. They do like a little skills test and little stuff like that.
But that's scheduled for this weekend, correct?
I believe so, man. I usually always miss it. I haven't seen a Pro Bowl.
That's why I'm asking, because anybody, listen, I don't. The fact when they took away the Pro Bowl, they don't go to Hawaii anymore. So there's nothing to look forward to. So the Pro Bowl really is just something for your contract.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because nobody people said, I ain't going to the Pro Bowl. I don't feel like going. It's really like I made the Pro Bowl. I get another bowl. When my next negotiation, I'm going to say, well, I made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand in a sense because, although nobody got hurt, there's always a possibility of somebody getting hurt and sort of ruining their career. But I think the Pro Bowl should move around the country. I don't think it should be, you know what I'm saying? In a sense, if they have
don't they move around? No, now that it's not in Hawaii, they do move around the country.
I think it's in Florida or something. I would just go to dome cities and just do it because like you said, you're just doing skills tests. One thing I used to like about the Pro Bowl, I don't know if they still have it. I don't know if it's in the skills test. Remember they used to have the longest throw contest?
Yes, I do.
I used to love that part about it.
They ain't doing that no more.
Yeah. See, I think they should bring that back because I would love to see some of these arms that these quarterbacks have today, You
know what, man? I think the players themselves don't want to do it, man, because everything they do, they get graded on. If my next contract,
but you already, but I think you already in the league. You're already making 150. They're not gonna say, "Oh, you couldn't throw the ball 72 yards." So we go, no, it ain't got nothing to do with because it's football. It's about accuracy.
Yeah, you can't get 45 because you can't throw that extra 5.
But it's about accuracy in the
No, you're right, man. Yeah, I'll give that one to you. Okay.
Because hell, I could throw the ball. When going into my junior year, I could throw the ball 60 yards.
Oh, that's good.
From end zone, but I wasn't a quarterback, but I used to throw the halfback pass and stuff like that. And I was always good at throwing from a kid. I played quarterback when I was playing Pop Warner, and I could always throw and kick. I could throw and kick the ball. I used to kick field goals too, man. So that was cool. Yeah, I used to kick field goals, man. My longest field goal in a game was 32 yards.
Dang. Sign it up, and you didn't even get paid for it.
Yeah, man. I was just loving the game, man. I played both sports. I played basketball and football in high school. I was pretty decent in basketball too. I averaged like 16 points. I had a coach to tell me that he wasn't going to help me get a scholarship in basketball. He told me that shit. I'll never forget that. I walked away I like football better. He lucky I didn't tell my father. My father would have came up there and probably just broke the man's
Why did he tell you that?
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I had two racist coaches, man, in high school, man. They was straight up and they didn't have I guess I don't know how to frame it, but looking at that, the coach of basketball, he had a favorite player. The favorite player was like 5'4". He could dunk. I mean, he could almost dunk. He was pretty good, but his older brother played for that same high school, and his older brother went on to play for the Atlanta Hawks. So the coach was partial to him. Anything, man, he could cuss the coach out in the game and practice, and the coach still put him in. I used to be like, damn, that's crazy. And I've never experienced that. And those two teams, those two coaches taught me how to coach based off the shit that they was doing. They taught
I
me
hear
that.
you.
So,
I hear you. Well,
you
okay,
know,
we did the predictions, the early prediction. Let me ask you about my Lamar's third MVP. Does that solidify his Hall of Fame?
oh yeah, he's going in the Hall of Fame, no doubt. Because, like you said, he still has a lot of football left, and he could make it to the Super Bowl later in his career. Or you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know, it's a lot of things that could still happen. He could win 2 more MVPs. You know, but
Because their team is probably going to be pretty good next year too.
they
I
better
think they're.
bring back everybody.
Oh,
Get
yeah,
them, get
well,
everybody.
I don't know. I got to check, but I know it's more than a 1 year contract.
Oh yeah, they need some. They need some defense. They need some more defense. Some good defensive linemen. I would say that another linebacker, and maybe another receiver, another wide
Do
receiver.
they really need another receiver? I think they should just show up their defense. I mean, the receivers are pretty good.
Well, they got good tight ends for sure, but I think another scat back type of receiver, somebody that can, just be a blaze down the field because, yes. So, like, I agree. The defense solidify those positions. Maybe a receiver, maybe not too many positions on offense. Maybe some
Right,
linemen and
right.
receivers.
So, how long do you think they could hold that team together at a championship level?
As long
Another,
as Lamar, as long as Derrick Henry is there.
all right. So, I don't know how long his contract is, but I think it's
He had
like
a
3 years.
1 year contract. Did he sign a 1 year or 3 year?
I'm almost sure it's not a 1 year contract.
Well, they better
I need to
sign
check. I got to check.
it.
There's just no way I would sign it for 1 year.
I think it was a 10 mil, but again, going forward,
No, it
like
was
right
10
now,
mil. It was 10 mil, but 1 year. Because if it's 1 year, that means he's going to be back on the negotiating block this year.
and right now, I will be coming to him right now. Listen, man, we give you 15 a year.
But
I'm coming. Hey,
you damn
I'm giving
right,
you
man.
15 a year. I'm gonna give you 3 years at 15 a year. Because the thing about it, they can always negate some of the salary with the signing bonus. Remember, the
Right,
signing bonus used to be
right.
big back in the day, but they don't really do that a lot now. I would listen. I'm gonna give you 45 million. I'm gonna give you 50. I'm gonna give you 20 of that 45 million up front. The rest is just gonna be in salary and do your thing for 3 years because he got 3 years left in him. To me, oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got at least 3 years, man. Uh, he doesn't, and he stays healthy, right? So he doesn't look like he's have any major injuries. I think it's just desire. As long as his desire is there, he's going to play well. But
Yeah.
other than that, anyway, what do I got next? Now, next thing is kind of stuff. I got box. You ever see? I got this box. I want to just show one round of this guy because not that. How did I skip it? Where is it at? Yeah. Oh, come on, I'm messing it up. Okay. This guy. Anyway, this dude right here. Have you ever seen him fight? In a way? I mean,
The guy that you were showing that was clowning in the ring.
no. This guy's a little Japanese dude. Just moved up. Anyway, this is the fourth round, the fourth and final round of his championship fight. This guy right here.
Round 4.
A very relaxed looking now in a way comes out to center ring for round 4. Yi-Jun Kim there to meet him with a left hand. Places another one to the body.
Definitely letting his hands go now.
Sharp right hands down the middle here from Inoue.
Yeah, Inoue's looking to counter that lazy jab with the right hand.
Kim said that he always envisioned that he would be in the ring with Inoue, and it's incredible that it's now a reality. You have to wonder what he's thinking right now that the monster is reality in front of him.
This is not, I was going to say, this is not the place that Kim wants to be in the corner. Right at the end of all Inoue shots.
Counter shot there from Inoue, lifts Kim up. You see his front foot taken off the canvas by that left hook.
That happened from Kim overreaching that shot.
A little bit of a balance issue from Kim. A little bit of an assist from the power of the left hand of Inoue. Here, Kim's corner just telling him, let him go, buddy.
Devin, that was a good shot.
Go.
That was a good shot.
Absolutely.
An overhand left landed by Kim.
Hard left hook there from Inoue, and that one froze Kim.
He's inviting Inoue to keep going now.
Kim saying, come on. Hard right hand.
You guys walked away. Look at him. He ain't getting up.
A monster of a right hand has shattered the dream of Ijun Kim.
Yeah, man. This guy, anyway, man. The only problem is he's too light, man. He's like 122. You know?
Yeah, man.
So,
yeah. So what is that, a featherweight?
yeah, that's it. He's the junior featherweight.
Oh,
But he's, go ahead.
I'll just listen. At 12 years old, I was 130.
Hey, man, I hear you. I hear you. You know,
and I was built similar to these guys at 12 years old. I was 130. I never forget that.
Yeah, these guys, man, they're small. So yeah, so that fight, he won in the 4th round. But on Saturday, this is a big fight. But I don't know if I'm gonna pay per view. That David Benavidez against Morel. That's a big. That should be a. You know, I'm gonna have to. It depends. Well, shit, I'll be. Yeah, I won't be able to look at it, because I'll be busy. But damn, that's gonna be a good fight. But it'll save me some money, so I don't need to go ahead and do that. That's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah,
you know.
I ain't ordered a fight ever. I ain't never ordered a fight.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you know, me and a couple of buddies, we used to always order fights when they were really, you know, we chip in, go over somebody's house, get the wings and all that stuff out. You know. So anyway, man, that comes to the end of it, man. You know, so like, share, subscribe. You know, we thanks for popping up. Frank was up for a little while. I think Precious is gonna have her thing tonight.
Yeah, she sent me the link earlier today, man. I'm gonna be over after the show, man. So
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and over there. Yeah, I know you got the other show. I might pop. You're gonna be talking mostly
I don't know, man. We're gonna be football, probably the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, so salute.
Yeah, I got a couple of things I'm gonna do between now and then. Anyhow, man, I appreciate you coming by. You know.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem, man.
All right, later, brother.
I'll see you next week. Peace.
You got it. And hey, Catilia, thanks for stopping by as well. If you're still out there, my camera wasn't working. That's why I didn't come up. I gotta, instead of cycling the power, I just say, hey, listen, I'll just be anonymity today. Anyway, so that's it. We're done. We're gonna just go ahead to the outro and say good night to everybody, and that's it. You know, that's the way it goes.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till we meet again. In this world of the game, through thick and through thin.